7 people here. So please announce in the Telegram group that we've started so that they can join. Hello, admin. Background sound from your end. Admin, we can hear you. All right. Not this one. Good day, everyone. No, not this one. Remove this from stage. Don't worry, admin. I will add the slide to stage when I'm ready. Yes. Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good day, everyone. Good morning to those in Nigeria. Good day to those outside of Nigeria. There will be attendance. Please just pay attention. Admin will direct you on your attendance. All right. Okay, so we're going to go straight into today's lecture because we have a guest that will be joining us in a few minutes. We hope that the network will be on our side today. Right. So we'll be wrapping up our conversation around blockchain compliance, policy, and regulation. But before we start, as it is our usual practice, we want to appreciate Beige University for this opportunity. We also appreciate the Ministry of Education. We appreciate NITSDA, Nigeria Information Technology Development Agency. We appreciate Dominion Blockchain Solutions. And most especially, we appreciate World Bank and the Ideas Project for bringing us this opportunity. We will not forget to appreciate each and every one of you for making out time to always be here. It's been an interesting journey the past and running into months, and we've covered some good grounds. And I must commend you for always showing up and adding to your wealth of knowledge. So we have looked at different aspects of the blockchain technology, from different types of blockchain: private, public, centralized, decentralized. We have seen the difference between wallets and exchanges. We have touched basically on smart contracts, and we've talked on different aspects of blockchain fundamentals: the privacy, the security, the non-tampering of blockchain, and the fact that decentralized technology is what enables the blockchain technology not to be tamperable. And in the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about compliance, policy, and regulation. Is at the moment, in fact, the entire world is looking into blockchain compliance, blockchain policy, and blockchain regulation as a main factor, as a critical factor that will drive the next conversations in the blockchain ecosystem. So today we are going to be wrapping up this conversation by looking into regulatory challenges and future trends. Please stay with us till the end of class, because after our guest lecture has been done, I'll be giving you some guidance and announcements, further announcements as regards your Capstone project. We have received multiple mails and reactions, which we are going to respond to towards the end of class. So this is 12 noon. By 12, quickly run for the next 15 minutes on this last module, after which our guest is going to be joining us. It will be an interesting session. She is let me just leave it till when she comes, but it's a female that will be speaking with us today. So it's the first female that will be coming on our lecture series. So please pay attention. I'm sure when she comes, you will learn something. You'll be inspired. I will tell you some things about her, but until then, let's go into today's conversations. Thank you. All right, so we'll be looking at dealing with uncertainties in blockchain regulation. All right, let's build a background on this. We'll be looking into global visibility, global variability. Admin, are you controlling the slide or is it my system that is just a bit? Let me know what's going on. It's like my system is having some issues. All right. Just a minute. Let me check what's going on. Just a minute. All right. So I had to go backstage to have a conversation with my team. So we'll be looking at global variability, and the regulatory approaches to blockchain differ significantly from one country to the other. So it's variable. And I mentioned this last week that if you are going into a new environment to operate your business, you must, as a matter of fact, ensure that you understand the regulatory provisions within that jurisdiction. You need to learn the local laws as regards the business that you want to do. You cannot just go into an environment and say because it's a free market or a free entry system, you start up your business and you start offering out services like it's a state of anarchy where there's no law and order. You'll be so shocked that when the authorities come for you, you will have nowhere to run. So you must understand the global provisions of regulation as it relates to the business you are carrying out. In this case, blockchain technology. So that's the challenge. Another is the lack of standardization. So we do not have standard regulation across countries and across boundaries. So that can create some form of uncertainty and confusion. It makes compliance a bit challenging for projects. Then, because this technology is evolving, every day keeps changing. As at 2018, when I came mainstream into the blockchain space, we're not talking about metaverse, we're not talking about NFTs, we're not talking about tokenization. It was just mainly buy and sell wallets and exchanges, crypto exchanges. But now we're talking about tokenization, we're talking about metaverse, we're talking about non-fungible tokens, security tokens, utility tokens, and so many more. So you can see that with this, the regulation also have to evolve with the technology, and that's a challenge. Let's look at some background studies, some case studies. We've had the ICO, initial coin offering. The background of the ICOs, they emerge as a popular way to raise funds, okay, for blockchain projects, allowing companies to get capitals by issuing tokens. So if I am a blockchain and I do an ICO, you can come and buy my tokens, right? Then by buying my tokens, you also now become like a shareholder in my project. We have now seen that rogue projects emerge using ICO as a means to raise money. And after they raise money, they raise funds, they rug pull. So what's a rug pull? Is as the name sounds. So someone is standing on the rug and somebody else pulls the rug from underneath them. So you invested into a project and someone pulled the rug, pulled the project from underneath you. That is, they scammed you. It's as simple as it is. They disappeared with your money. Regulation now had to come to checkmate and to curb such. The regulatory response to ICOs, we can see in the middle box. The Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States took stringent stance, classifying many ICOs as securities and enforcing them to be compliant with the securities laws. So you can't just come and raise money and disappear. No, it is now a security. So there are securities laws that China completely outrightly banned ICO. So you cannot come and do initial coin offering in China because of the risk associated with it. Maybe in the Telegram group, I will share a video of an interview that I granted, and I made something in reference to fundraising, not particularly ICO, but fundraising and platform providers, service providers, giving people overreaching, uh, hyped expectations, telling them that when you buy this coin right now is $10. When you buy this coin in 24 hours, it will be $50, and people will be calculating, oh, they're going to make 500x, and they buy the coin and they wait 24 hours, 24 months, almost getting to 24 years, and nothing has happened. So the SEC is the organization responsible for protecting investors' interests when it comes to capital investment. Switzerland has also adopted a more favorable approach, however, by providing a clear guideline, all right, and supporting ICOs within a regulated framework. This is what we are asking for: clarity. So our Securities and Exchange Commission in Nigeria can take a cue from Switzerland and provide a clear framework that people can see and say, okay, we can engage with this project as long as they have come in line with this regulation. All right. We have some challenges that have led to a controversial hard fork of the Ethereum blockchain. So that led us to see things like Ethereum Classic, Ethereum 2.0, and other variants of Ethereum. So now there are strategies for dealing with regulatory uncertainties. One of the strategy is to consult your legal advisor. One of the strategies, legal consultation. By engaging legal experts who specialize in blockchain, they can help you navigate this regulatory landscape. And that's the reason why I said that if you are a lawyer, this is an opportunity for you. This particular course is something that you should look at critically and position yourself to go to the next level. This is the beginner's level, right? If you want to position yourself as a professional when it comes to blockchain compliance, policy, and regulation, after this, you go for an intermediate level. That's about 3 months or thereabouts. The focus will strictly be for this program. Or you go for a high level and executive training, which is 5 days. That 5 days training is compact from morning till evening, not 1 hour. That is about 6 hours lecture every day, about 6 hours of lecture every day for 5 days. That's 30 hours of lecture. That is almost equivalent to 15 of our classes, because each class we have is almost 2 hours. So it's equivalent to almost 15 of our classes. If you go through that at a high level for 1 week, you'll be able to have gotten it. You will be able to understand all the intricacies of this program. Something will be coming up in November. If you are interested to become a certified blockchain compliance executive or the blockchain compliance expert, all right? If you reach out to me, we'll give you the information when the time comes. But somewhere in November, that training is going to be coming up. It will be for 1 week, 6 hours lectures every day from 9 a.m. in the morning till 5 p.m. in the evening. You will have lunch, we have materials. It's high level for business executives, for lawyers that want to up their game. You have a full brochure, full materials that will help you. All right, so let's leave that and come to class. a proactive engagement. So you need to proactively engage with regulators and participate in industry forums that can help provide insight into upcoming regulatory changes. Attend events, attend seminars, attend workshops that speak to regulation, join communities that speak to regulation, have a network that is pro-regulation. The reason why I say have a network that is pro-regulation is because I have a few people that are anti-regulation. I have a few people that say they don't believe in regulation, they don't want regulation, and blockchain is not about regulation. But one thing you must know is, except you want to go and operate your business in outer space, if you want to do your business in the world here where you have human beings, then there must be law and order. Being proactive will help you from being slammed with a fine in the near future. When you are making money in an environment, you should keep money aside from your profit for licenses, for permits, for registrations, for compliance issues. Keep some funds aside. That's being proactive. Keep your books. Your books must be intact. Keep your KYC. Collect KYC and keep it, so that the day government come to you, you'll be able to show them your books. How many subscribers do you have? You'll be able to show them. Self-regulate. Regulate your activities by yourself before the government comes to regulate you. In essence, what we are saying is keep your house clean, right? Then try to operate a flexible business model. By adopting a flexible business model, you can adjust to different regulations as they come. All right. So let's see some of the recent developments when it comes to regulation. I've always been a proponent of regulatory sandbox. What is a sandbox? It allows blockchain projects to operate in a controlled environment, like a test environment, okay, under the supervision of regulators. This helps for innovation while ensuring and encouraging compliance, so that tomorrow you don't say, oh, they did not tell us this. If you take your project through a sandbox, it is like an incubation or an acceleration project or program. They'll be able to guide you and tell you, this is what you should do, this is what you should keep for later, this is what you should not do outrightly. All right, it is very important. Then anti-money laundering and know your customer is very important. Enhanced AML and KYC regulations are being implemented globally now to prevent bad activities in the blockchain space. So you should start implementing that from day one. All right. Then taxation and reporting. Governments are focused on taxation and reporting. In my book, Embracing Nigeria's Digital Economy, I made mention that where the money flows, rather, regulators go. Okay. When we're talking about regulation in chapter 12 or chapter 13, rather, in chapter 13, when we're talking about regulation, we said where the money flows, regulators go. I hope this is not reverse. Maybe I've seen it reversed. So where the money flows, regulators go. Chapter 13, we dedicated chapter 13 to blockchain regulation. And before the end of the year, you'll be getting another book that will be focused fully on compliance policy and regulation by my humble self and a few friends of mine. That will be a manual that we will all need, irrespective of who you are, whether you're a developer, you are a founder, you're a marketer, you're an analyst, you are a consultant, you're a regulator, whichever, you will need that material when it comes out. It's going to be very, very, very insightful. All right, so continuing our case studies, we're looking at the background of the markets in crypto assets. Okay, this aims to create a harmonized regulation assets across the EU, the European Union. So you need to look at it, take further study on that, and you will pick something from it. However, our book that we are bringing out, we are going to dedicate a section to these guys too, and I believe you'll be able to get something from it. Then the key provisions, all right, we have key provisions in the crypto sector. Crypto asset service providers enhance consumer protection measures, requirements for stable coins to ensure financial stability, and the impact as well. So the MiCA provides clarity on a level playing field for crypto business operators in the European Union, but it also imposes some stringent compliance requirements. So this is more on the MiCA. Then we'll now see the navigating, we'll see navigating emerging technologies, right? Just a minute, please. I'm supposed to have someone. Okay, let's go on. We're expecting our guests. So some of the proactive measures are, like I said, continuous learning, which is what you are doing. And we must commend you for just a minute. We must commend you for always coming to class to improve your knowledge. Let me tell you something. The knowledge that you are getting right now will help you and businesses around you in the near future, including the government. Because some of you will find yourself in rooms where policy is being made. Some of you will find yourself in environments where decisions will be made for the future of blockchain. All right, so just get ready. Don't take it for granted. Get ready and get all the information we are sharing with you so that when you find yourself in a decision-making environment, you can be serving for your local government, can be serving for your state government. Some of you find yourself serving as a technical assistant, as a senior special assistant, maybe to the commissioner of technology or digital economy, or even to a minister or to a governor. You may find yourself becoming a special assistant or a technical assistant to the president on emerging technology. New businesses are coming up, and blockchain is one of those ones. We don't want a situation where you find yourself becoming a, because you told them that you were trained by Base University on blockchain technology. They now make you a technical assistant to be advising a public figure on this technology. They now ask you, what's your position on blockchain compliance, and you don't have anything to say. That will be a colossal error, because we have spent time to equip you. So you also put more effort into what we are giving to you. That's why we encourage you to get the materials, apart from the slides we share with you. Also get the materials, the recommended slides that our guest speakers usually share. Go and read them. The different books that we have shared with you, get them. It's for your good. The national policy on blockchain, get it, read it, consume it. A newer one is going to be coming before the end of the year, or maybe by next year. Get it, consume it, read yourself. Because forget about the challenges we are facing in Nigeria today. Things are changing, and very soon, you and I will be among those making decisions for the growth of technology going forward. All right. Admin, please, if you can hear me, our guest speaker is backstage. Kindly bring her off stage. Okay, so blockchain regulation, so that we can in the US, all right, the Security and Exchange Commission, I've mentioned it before, with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, and the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. They are also working towards regulatory approaches. What is the approach? They've adopted a case-by-case approach with different agencies regulating different aspects of blockchain technology. So they don't want to cram everything, which I think is a good idea. But in a place like Nigeria, it would have been better that maybe just the SEC alone handles it, because what we've seen is in Nigeria, the SEC will say one thing today, tomorrow the CBN will say another thing. So in our own situation, we may not want to copy the playbook of the United States. It will be best that we adopt a single point of communication. All right. So we will advise that the SEC handles any conversation when it comes to things like blockchain technology, so that we don't have variants. Because today EFCC will say they are arresting people. Tomorrow, Nigeria police will say they are the ones arresting people. Next tomorrow, maybe it's road safety that will start checking people's phone and say, oh, you have a blockchain app, you'll be arrested. We don't want all those discrepancies. So it's better we have the SEC giving the general guideline, then others will follow. But it's still a suggestion. That's why we need all of us to put our heads together. By the time everybody is speaking one voice from the ecosystem, then the regulators will call us to a round table and adopt something more formidable. There are challenges. This fragmented approach can lead to uncertainty, just as I said, and compliance challenges for blockchain businesses. So my suggestion would be that we have a holistic approach to it as against the fragmented approach. So I've talked about the MiCA, the market in crypto assets. So they also have their own approach to it. They operate in the European Union, right? While the previous one we saw, the SEC, the CTFC, and the FinSec operate in the Americas, the United States, and their region, right? Also, we have from China. You can go and check about the MiCA. They emphasize on consumer protection. MiCA emphasizes on consumer protection, market integrity, and financial stability. That's their focus. And their benefit is it provides clarity and a unified regulatory environment. The MiCA is actually a good standard to follow. It's a good standard to follow. It's a good reference for any country that wants to do anything that has to do with compliance. Then, of course, China, because they carried out an outright ban on ICO. The focus is to promote the development of blockchain technology while tightly controlling cryptocurrency activities. And I think that's the approach Nigeria is trying to adopt. We have not gotten it too clearly, but if you look at the body language of the federal government, it is as though they are pro-blockchain and anti-crypto. So we are still having those conversations to see how we can have a fusion where it can be pro-blockchain and pro-crypto, so that both of them can go side by side, hand in gloves. All right. The implication of this is a challenging environment for cryptocurrency related business, but support blockchain innovation in other sectors. China and Nigeria are operating in almost the same environment, and it's not too good for business. So we want a regulation, right, or a policy that can encourage blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Okay, so we have some others. I will just encourage well to the United Kingdom. You have other places. Then we'll just take lessons. Let's just quickly take lessons from international case studies. Lessons from international case studies. Please just hold on while I ask speaker access. Okay. So our guest speaker is already in the room, should be coming on stage very soon. She'll be coming on stage very soon. Just bear with us. I think we're having a little network issue. Having a little network issue. Just bear with us a bit. Just a little network issue here. Just bear with us, please. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? My screen is a bit off. Can anyone hear me, please? All right. Sorry for the network issues, everyone. Sorry for the network issues. Yes, we are almost wrapping up. We are actually done. We're actually done. We are actually done. We've gone through all this. So, looking at the common regulatory challenges, licensing and regulation and regulatory challenges, the AML and KYC are regulatory challenges, securities regulation, taxation, data privacy, all these are regulatory challenges. Then we have case study, we have the Coinbase case study. Please do well to look at it, go through it on your own. You have this slide already. And we have the Binance case study, which is a popular one in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the Binance staff that is held in custody is still in custody months after he was reprimanded. So it is worth considering. These are regulatory challenges that we have faced in the world and in Nigeria. If I tell you the aftermath, the effect of this finance issue on businesses, blockchain businesses in Nigeria, it will marvel you. It will marvel. I've personally had my own experiences with foreign companies. Our organization had had some experiences that we cannot share publicly because of this Binance issue with the federal government of Nigeria. So it is worth looking at. It's worth looking at. We mentioned it that you should understand regulatory challenges. You should learn from case studies. Learn from case studies. We have a very strong case study in Nigeria, which is the Binance experience. Learn from it. Then implement best practices. It will help you. We will be bringing up our guest speaker in a moment from now. I'm just waiting to see her on stage. Then we'll bring her up. But I'll be I'll be introducing her page when she comes up very soon. Our network is still a bit laggy. All right. Can you still hear me? Please, if you can hear me, kindly indicate. If you can hear me, kindly indicate. If you can hear me, kindly indicate. Excellent. All right. So, because of the nature of the network, I may have to leave my video off so that the drag is not too much on us. So, permit me to speak with just audio while you look at the slide. So, global harmonization is one of the key takeaways. Innovation versus regulation is another key takeaway. Then, diverse approach is another key takeaway. So, these are ways to approach uh, compliance, regulation, and policy improvement in a country. The second one is very, very important: innovation versus regulation. We need to balance innovation with regulation, is critical. So I'd mentioned regulatory sandbox and a clear guidance to help us achieve this balance. All right. We need to engage with regulators, which is what we do at different levels. We also need to adopt best practices because the economy belongs to all of us. This economy belongs to you, this economy belongs to me, and even to our lawmakers. So, if we make the economy robust and good for everyone, it will be better off for Nigerians as a whole. But it has to be done proactively, not in a way to kill businesses, but in a way to improve the economy. Then we need to monitor developments. All right. We've talked about some of these regulatory challenges already. I was talking about the Binance one before network took us out. Even the slide is not cooperating with itself. Interesting. So today has been an interesting, very interesting class. So we've also looked at the best practices. What are the best practices, right, in our regulatory, navigating the regulatory challenges? Engage with regulators, right? Engage with regulators, develop a robust compliance program, which the book that we will be launching before the end of the year will be suggesting such. Utilize RegTech solutions, regulatory technology. Regulatory technology is important, and we need to adapt and innovate. We must be flexible. Nigeria is still young when it comes to blockchain adoption, so flexibility is important. If you find yourself in any room where regulation on blockchain technology is being discussed, please tell them that flexibility is important. Mr. Jude said so. We need to be flexible. We don't have to come with a sledgehammer approach, because if we destroy the economy, the next set of protests we will see will be technology-based protests. People will be protesting because the technology rule and regulations in the country are not favorable. Not just hunger now. When people cannot carry out their businesses, that will be the next phase of protests, where entrepreneurs will hit the streets and complain. So we need the economy to thrive, and peace and stability is one of the ways by which an economy can thrive. Everything we are studying here today, or everything we've studied in the past few months, will amount to a waste if there's no peace and if there's no stability, if there's no ease of doing business. Everything will be a waste. So please, we encourage everyone to contribute their quota. We've given you a bird's eye view on compliance policy and regulation. So you can also now go and lend your voice. These materials, if you study them well, they will help you. Listen to these videos again and again and again. It's even easier than reading. So go back to all these videos and listen to them again and again and again, and it will help you to contribute your quota to the discussion as regards blockchain policy, blockchain compliance, and regulation. All right, so I would have brought up our guest speaker, but she's also having serious network issues. She's having serious network issues. Uh, we will see if she can still join us. We'll allow her make a contribution, but if she cannot join us, then maybe next week we'll give another opportunity. So quickly, let me come to our capstone project because I know it will soon be time for prayers. So let me quickly discuss about our capstone project. If you can hear me. Okay, for the registration number, please speak with admin. Some are 5 digits, some are 6 digits. Some are 5 digits, some are 6 digits. So speak with admin and they will guide you. But if that is your number that you got from Base University or from your email, you have nothing to worry about. Some of the numbers are 5, some are 6. Okay, so concerning your capstone project, some groups are 7, some are 8, some are 9, some are 10. Some are 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 1 or 2 are 11, but it doesn't really matter. Let me tell you the truth. Only one person can do this project. When I was doing my master's, I was the only one that did my project. And some of you here, you've done your master's. You're the only one that will do your project. Nobody will do it with you, right? So my suggestion is, irrespective of your number, the essence of this capstone project, number one, is for you to work as a team. Because when you find yourself working in organizations, you cannot work in isolation. You have to work as a team. So teamwork is the first thing we want you to learn. The next thing is just for you to express what we have been teaching you. That is all. Just for you to express what we'll be teaching you. So if you go to the BTC 101 and you open the folder, you're going to see guest lecture. There are 2 folders there, one from Health Go, one from DEXA Care. Those are 2 presentations. You can use those presentations as guides to do your own capstone project. Please and please, you do not need to deploy anything on any blockchain, because lots of people have been complaining and coming to us saying that they don't have programmers in their group. Having a programmer in your group is just to have a conversation with you that, okay, if we want to build this in on the blockchain, it is possible to. Having a programmer in your group is just for you to have a conversation saying that you can build this particular project on this blockchain like this or like that. But if you don't have a programmer, no problem. Listen, if you don't have a programmer in your group, you don't have a problem. Use PowerPoint to do your slides. Use PowerPoint to do your slide. Use PowerPoint to present your slide. It's a pitch. It's a pitch. A pitch is a business presentation of your service or your product. So use PowerPoint to do your slide. If you don't know how to use wireframe, you don't know how to use all these other presentation platforms or design platforms, don't stress yourself. Use PowerPoint. I've used PowerPoint to prepare pitches some years back, and if I show you, you will not believe. You will think I use all this UI UX software to do it. So use PowerPoint, prepare your slide, get a mock-up image of a phone and represent with icons. Just take icons and put in different places to show how your project will look like. However, we are going to give marks to good design. We are going to give marks to good idea. We are going to give marks to good presentation. So whoever will be representing your group to present, that person must be able to speak well. That person must be confident. That person must be convincing, because your presentation is important. Okay? You don't need to code. You don't need to write any code. You don't need to write any code. Listen to me. You don't need to write any code. In fact, all of you can be lawyers in your group, and you can design a blockchain solution for lawyers. You don't need to write any code. If your project is good enough and we adopt it, if you don't have a programmer, we will assign a programmer to you to help you interpret your idea into a product. All right? So consider yourself as consultants now, all of you. Everyone, just consider yourself as consultant, because many people have come to us saying that they made an error when they were filling the form. They wrote that they were blockchain programmers, but they thought it was something else. That's why we asked you simple questions. Are you a programmer? Yes or no? Many people selected yes. We assigned them to groups. Now they came to us saying that they are not programmers. But no issues, no worries. If you're not a programmer, do not stress yourself. All right? If you're not a programmer, do not stress yourself. Just present your business idea. That is what this Capstone project is about. Tell us how you think you can interpret this business on a blockchain. And if you take the blockchain fundamentals from start to finish, you'll be able to do something on the Capstone project. Not even necessarily this compliance. So speak with yourselves in your team. Get somebody that can do a good PowerPoint presentation and develop your slide. But I've given you a hint. Get a mock-up. Get the image of a phone, blank image of a phone, blank. Download it and put in your slide so that you can show us how the app will be, from the login page, the welcome page, to the registration and all that, to the product you want to talk about or the service you want to talk about, so that when you are showing us to page 2, it will look as if you are actually scrolling the phone. Do you understand what I mean? We want to see your creativity. All right? Please go back and listen to this class and the previous ones because of the network issues we had. Bear with us. It's everywhere. It's common knowledge to everyone. We'll be having network issues all over the country. So go and listen to it again. All right? If you have any question, please, on the capstone, write it here so that we can respond to it immediately. It does not matter how many you are in your group. Even if you are just 2 people, you can defend your project. Now, the deadline for the project is September 15. Deadline is September 15. Your project is submitted before that date. If you wait till that date, you never can tell. Maybe some other projects have been selected. So deadline is September. List. If your name is not in the list or there's an error on your name, go to my LinkedIn. Follow me on LinkedIn and send me a message there. For those of you that send me messages the past few days, there have been network issues, so I've not been able to respond, but I'm going to respond immediately the network gets better. I've been trying to respond. I just make posts from a third-party device, but my email, my LinkedIn email has not been opening, so I can't even respond to the chat. You cannot join a group. You have to be assigned to a group. You cannot join a group. You have to be assigned to a group. So go to the Google Drive. Abdullahi Umar and others that have not been assigned to a group, go to the Google Drive, check for BTC 106. Check for the folder BTC 106. Once you are in that folder, you will see Capstone project. BTC 106 is Capstone project. All right. So when you are in the Capstone project, you will see the lists. Please go through the list, do a search. If you don't see your name, then send me a message on LinkedIn. Then I will respond as the network improves. Please bear with us because of this network issue. It's everywhere. Bear with us. All right. So we have our guest speaker in the room. She's known as Chioma Onyekelu CCI. CCI is Certified Cryptocurrency Investigator. She is the first female certified cryptocurrency investigator in Nigeria and in Africa, arguably in the world. She's also the first female to have a master's in blockchain and digital currencies in Nigeria. Chioma is a cryptocurrency investigator. She works with A&D Forensics, and by extension, she also works with Convexity. She has sat in many cryptocurrency investigation panels in Nigeria. I'm giving you this CV so that you know that you can be like her, whether you are male or female. For the female fellows in the house, nothing should stop you. Nothing should stop you. If Chioma can do it, you can also do it. She has a master's in blockchain. She also is a certified cryptocurrency investigator. If you are interested, I said this many weeks ago, if you are interested in having your master's in blockchain technology, reach out to me. She has a master's from University of Nicosia in Cyprus, and she did not travel. She stayed in Nigeria here. She did not bother to go and get visa. She did not spend money to get ticket. She stayed in Nigeria here and got her master's, and she's one of the leading voices when it comes to cryptocurrency forensic in Nigeria. So if you are interested, come to my LinkedIn. Please don't send me email. My email is full. I may not see your mail. Come to my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is still a bit quiet. So if you send me a DM on my LinkedIn, I will see it. Okay? So if you're interested in becoming a cryptocurrency investigator, if you're interested in having your master's in blockchain, if you're also interested in becoming a blockchain compliance personnel or expert, reach out to me and I will guide you. So let's have Chioma, please. Chioma, go ahead and start speaking. We're going to bring the slide up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jude, for that. My name is Choma Onyekelu. I'm a blockchain forensic specialist at A&D Forensics. I'm a certified cryptocurrency investigator and a certified cryptocurrency compliance specialist. So I'm pleased to be here with you. And because of network, I'll be turning off my video at a point so that we can have a full class. And then, Mr. Jude, please you help me and share my slide if it's possible so that they can also follow along. So I'm here to talk to you about compliance in the blockchain industry, which is very important, which is what I also do. You might be wondering what's the difference between compliance and investigation, but this is the trick. When you say comply, you want to prevent crimes from happening, all right? Mostly financial crimes, that is the sector we play in. But when you say investigation, that means the crime has happened and you want to know what actually caused it, why did it happen, who stole the money, and you try to follow the trail of the money. So basically today I'll be talking to you on the importance of compliance in the blockchain industry. I'm sure right now we're not going to go back to, oh, what's blockchain? We already know what blockchain is. And just to continue, our company A&D Forensics is a digital and forensic company where we talk about where we do forensic science, we do blockchain forensics, crypto compliance, crypto investigation, digital forensics. Okay, so in case you lose your cryptocurrencies, you can come to us. We also do tracing, asset tracing as well, digital asset tracing. Okay, so let's get down to what it is so that network will not pray network be fine. What is compliance? I've just explained it for you. Okay, it's proactive. You have to comply to prevent financial crimes. So compliance is adherence to laws, regulations, guidelines, and specifications that is relevant to business operations. Wow. Okay, so there should be laws. Of course, if there's no law, there's no offense. So there should be laws, there should be regulations, there should be guidelines relevant to business operations. So what kind of business are we talking about here? We're talking about blockchain businesses. So we're going to look at some examples. I'm sure you must have heard about them during your course here, but let's just look at them as a refresher. Number one is cryptocurrency exchanges. Most of us know the cryptocurrency exchanges that we have. Okay, top of the list: Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, a whole lot of them. What do? They help you. That is where you can go and buy and sell your cryptocurrencies. Okay. We have a lot of blockchain technology companies. For instance, in Nigeria, we have Convexity, which is our sister company. Okay. We have payment processors like BitPay. Mr. Jude was talking about my master's in blockchain at University of Nicosia. Of course, we paid with Bitcoin, and one of the payments, in fact, the major payment processor that was processing our payments was BitPay, and it was very popular. I think they're still there. So we have supply chain management like VChain. VChain is also a network. They have a cryptocurrency called VET, and they are involved in supply chain. IBM Food Trust, DeFi platforms, which is very important. This week I spoke on what DeFi is: mitigating financial crimes in decentralized finance. That is the meaning. Okay, it means at this point you are your own bank. There are platforms like Aave platform, Uniswap, where you just sushi swap, where you just go and swap your cryptocurrencies. You don't need a third man because you're your own bank now. We have NFT marketplaces, that's non-fungible tokens, healthcare. So a lot of businesses that have to do with blockchain. And you agree with me that the lifeline of blockchain is cryptocurrency, because that's the money. That's what the bad actors will want to steal. Okay. So who set these laws in the blockchain industry? Who are those people? Okay, the major ones are our regulators. You can call them the regulators. They are supposed to be friendly to us, so you don't get scared about them. Okay, we have one of the major regulators are the Financial Action Task Force, FATF. Okay, Mr. Jude, please help me with the next slide. The FATF. Okay, so what they do, they are the global um, watchdog against money laundering, every form of financial crimes. But the major ones that you would know or you would hear about is money laundering, terrorist financing, proliferation financing. Okay, so FATF sets the rules, sets the bar for that. You can check it out. We have the FinCEN. FinCEN is in the US and is the relative in FinCEN. The people that do the same thing with FinCEN is the NFIU in Nigeria. Okay, that's National Financial Intelligence Unit. So all countries have their own financial intelligence unit. What do they do? So when you have suspicious activities happening in your exchange, in your platform, you send reports to them. We call it suspicious activity report or suspicious transaction report. So in Nigeria, we have the NFIU that takes care of that. Okay, so in US it is called the FinCEN. In UK it is called the UK FIU. In Ghana, no, in Kenya it is called the FSC. So many countries will have what they call it, but it is still the same thing that they do. And you have the general body that regulates all these financial intelligence units. It's called the Egmont Group. You can check it out, the Egmont Group. So OFAC is very important. OFAC is involved with sanctions. So if you do something bad, if your crypto wallet gets tainted, you can be sanctioned. Like we have the popular Lazarus group that are involved in hacking. Okay, they have organized criminal groups. Okay, so you can be sanctioned for doing something that is actually bad. So OFAC is in charge of that. We have the SEC. Mr. June mentioned that the Security Exchange Commission. The US have their own. The Nigeria have their own as well, and the CBN. The CBN is the Central Bank of Nigeria. Okay, so the CBN is the Central Bank of Nigeria, and they're also involved in regulating. So now, why are these laws important, and why should you comply? Okay, why are they important, and why should you comply? The first thing is to prevent financial crimes, and I've listed them for you. These are not the only ones. You have ransomware, you have hacks, a lot of them, but these are the major ones that you could hear everybody say. I just said ML, which is money laundering; TF, terrorist financing; and proliferation financing, that's PF. So to prevent them from happening, so you can have anti-money laundering rules, compliance policies to fight from happening. So another thing is to adhere to local and international regulatory laws. Remember when I showed you the people that set the laws? I told you the ones from international bodies like the FinCEN, the FATF, the OFAC, and then when you come to Nigeria, you have the NFIU, the SEC, and CBN and all, right? So the essence is for you to make sure that you adhere to these laws. If you do not adhere to these laws, what will happen to you is that you'll be fined. There will be penalties for you. And yes, a lot of people will say this word compliance is expensive, but non-compliance is more expensive. You can write it down. Compliance is expensive, we understand, but non-compliance is more expensive. Okay, so it builds credibility in a nascent and rapidly evolving industry. The blockchain industry is still nascent, is still growing. Okay, so for you to be able to trust someone in the industry, regulators have to come in and make sure that they sieve the bad people out of the good people, so that we can play and everybody will trust us. The next part is that it identifies and mitigates potential risk associated with blockchain technology, like the financial risk. We've talked about the financial risk. There are the legal risk, operational risks, cyber security. Okay, that is where it comes in. A lot of people are operating, they don't even know what penetration testing is, vulnerability assessment, which is very wrong. Okay, so by the time there are regulatory laws, there if you have to do these things, put your house in order to make sure that your system is very safe. Then the next point is promote fair and transparent market prices practices. This is talking about making sure that people do not manipulate the market. There are a lot of market manipulations going on, but when there's regulation, it helps to curb it, helps in preventing market manipulation. And if yes, this is good. So safeguarding the interest of consumers. Okay, Mr. Ju talked about the MICA. The MICA helps to safeguard the interest of the consumers. If you are scammed, if you become a victim, all right, you should have someone to talk to, all right. And then these people that come out to say, okay, we have enough money, we have projects to build, and they're building the project, are they building it in your interest or in their own interest? So when this regulation come into place, it helps to make sure that your own interest is still in the picture. They don't take away your own interest and make it just their own interest. So regulation makes it also your own interest. So the consumers are informed, you're protected from fraudulent activities. So that's why you should comply. Another thing is that it fosters international cooperation and acceptance. So when you are complying, it means you can go out there with other countries. You do what they're doing. Okay. Right now, Nigeria is on the FATF grey list, and we are hoping to get out of that so that we don't get sanctioned from the international bodies. So what compliance does is to harmonize blockchain operations across different jurisdictions. Okay, next slide, please. So I think the next thing, yes, who are the compliance officers? I think this is very important because it's a profession. I am also a compliance officer, and we also train compliance officers. So who are they? I'm sure that if you have a bank account, when you must have gone to bank to open your account, right? They'll ask you to bring your NEPA bill, that's PHCN, AEDC, no matter where you are from, if you're in Nigeria, or your electricity bill, your utility bill, if it is water bill, they'll ask you some personal question to submit some details. What are they doing? They are trying to conduct due diligence on you. They want to know who you are. They want to be able to monitor your transaction over time to make sure that you don't use your account to commit fraud. And if you do, they will catch you. Okay, so who are those people doing this? They are called the compliance officers. Trust me, it's a very interesting job role that you would also want to take. And you don't one interesting thing about crypto compliance is that you don't even need to be there to work. A lot of persons are compliance officers and are working for big firms outside the country, and they're earning big money. Okay, but you have to do the work, you have to learn it before you get there. Okay, so we need compliance officers even in the blockchain industry. We need a lot of them to help mitigate financial crimes. Okay, so the next slide, please. Okay, so how do you become one? Because that's the next question I know would be on your mind. You get trained and learn. Okay, there are a lot of things you need to learn. In fact, my thesis in my master's was how shift of compliance, shift of compliance officers from traditional finance to crypto compliance. Right now, the banks are already getting exposed to cryptocurrencies. What should they do? The last hack that happened in a major bank, the person or the suspect was able to move the money, convert the money to cryptocurrency. So what should you do? You should learn about it. Get trained. It's not difficult. Go to school, learn about it, get your certifications. And one of the major certifications, or the only one in Nigeria that you can get, is the Certified Cryptocurrency Compliance Specialist course. It's called the 3CS, and it's offered by A&D Forensics. So after that, you should be able to intern and practice. I always say intern. Why? Because I also started off as an intern. When you are interning, you tend to learn a lot. You can intern for 6 months, for 1 year, depending on how you feel, but it will help you to learn on the job. And that is after you must have gotten the certification. So if you're interested in coming into this niche, if you're interested in becoming a certified cryptocurrency compliance specialist, you should also talk to Mr. Jude about it so that he can also guide you to become one. And like I said, make sure you have it in mind that you should also intern and practice. Don't just do the certification and then feel that you have become. So one thing I always tell people is this: my background is in teaching. All right. I'm a teacher by profession. So when I finished, I had to go into to learn about crypto investigation, crypto compliance, right? I had to learn about it, get the certification, and then start practicing. So that is what you would do because it's a career switch. That's just the best way out. So, in conclusion, compliance is crucial, okay? You cannot take it away for the sustainable growth and integration of blockchain technology in the global economy. So, it also encourages innovation within a secure and regulated environment. So, you can innovate. You can decide to build products because you are sure that it is going to be regulated and everybody is going to be fine. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions, you can also feel free to ask. Thank you.
All right. So I know it's prayer time. A lot of you are already sending me messages, but for those of you that are here, if you have question, do well to ask. And we still have Miss Choma in the room. She'll be glad to respond to your questions. If you want to go for prayer, please, you can go. You can always come back and watch the replay. It's available for you on YouTube. Okay. But let me quickly respond to some questions here on your capstone project. Like I said, it's a combined work. So put yourselves together and create the presentation. Your capstone project will be submitted in form of a presentation. Please go to the last page of your capstone project group. Go to the last page of the group list. You will see it there that you have to submit it in form of PDF. In form of PDF. You're not sending me PowerPoint slide. All right. We are all in Abuja. Farouk, your question, I know your question is from Ms. Choma. A&D Forensic is in Abuja. So trainings are done in Abuja for the physical classes. Virtual classes, of course, you can be anywhere. If you are interested in 3CS, reach out to me. Cryptocurrency compliance. If you want to become an expert in cryptocurrency compliance, or you want to become a cryptocurrency investigation expert, investigator, a certified cryptocurrency investigator, reach out to me and I will give you details. But A&D Forensic is in Abuja. So it's either you take the physical option or the virtual option. They are both available to you. That is where the world is going, and it will help you. Base University and World Bank have given you this foundational training for free. But if you know you want to make a career out of it, you need to go a step further. All right. Coming back to your capstone project, you need just one person or maximum two people to do the presentation, although all of you must be present on the day of your presentation. So when you submit your project on or before the 15th of September, 15th of September, 11:59 p.m. is the deadline. Submit in form of PDF. Okay. I said you don't need to develop any code. You don't need to deploy any project on the blockchain. Just do a presentation that gives an overview of what your project idea is about. We are now going to look at it. You will come and do your defense. As you submit your project, we'll be sending you the link for your project defense. So on the day of your project defense, all of you must be present. It will be either on Zoom or on Google Meet. Either Zoom or Google Meet. All of you will be there. I will be there. Then we'll have 2 or 3 more supervisors that you are going to present your project to. Then we'll ask you some questions. It is very simple. It is very easy. It's an interactive discussion just as we have in class. Like I said, you don't need to have a programmer in your group. So don't worry if you don't have a programmer. Just do a very simple presentation of 10 to 15 pages max. You saw what Ms. Choma presented to us. 11 pages, simple, straight to the point. Do something like that. But I said, to make your presentation attractive, download the mock-up of a phone, the image of a phone, blank screen of a phone, and just represent some things on that screen so that it will look as if we are seeing an actual app. All right? Let your creativity run wild. And again, as a business executive, you don't need to do it by yourself. If you don't know how to use PowerPoint, look for one of these young Gen Zs that know how to use PowerPoint. You can give them 2,000, 3,000 this holiday, they'll be very happy. If you are up to 5 in your group and you bring 500 naira each, you can give someone that knows how to design PowerPoint very well. Let me give you a secret. When I was in the university, almost every year I was busy doing projects for people, because before I got into the university, I was working in a business center, so I knew how to do projects before I got into school. That was what I used to add to what my parents were sending to me. So if you are here and you know how to do PowerPoint presentations very well, please go ahead and do for other people. So there's a question on duration of the training. Ms. Choma is still here. Please kindly speak to that.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's 5 days on site. So you have a lot of time to also learn about the practicals. So on the last day, you take your exams that will now qualify you to become a certified cryptocurrency compliance specialist. Thank you.
Excellent. So you heard from her. It is a 5 days training. It's a full day training for 5 days. So it's not this 1 hour training we are doing. We're just introducing you to it. That's why we're doing short uh, introductory training here. The CCI training and the 3CS training is an executive training for 5 days. It is all encompassing. Let me tell you some of the people that have done those trainings. EFCC, the Nigerian Police Force, Interpol, and many other leading individuals, many other high net worth individuals, people that work with blockchain companies, some top lawyers in the country have done those trainings. So some bank executives are already speaking on doing those trainings. Some of them have individually done those trainings. So if you know you want to play in that space, we are now talking about something very, very serious for you. If you want to play in that space, reach out to me and we will guide you. All right. So we've ate into our time. Our admin also needs to go for prayer. Admin, please, thank you for your understanding. We need to release him now so that he can go for his prayer. For internship, based university management will reach out to you. That is still in the pipeline. So just relax. It will come to you. However, like I always tell people, if you know you have an opportunity to get internship somewhere, please go ahead and start it. Don't wait. Because if you wait, your number is much. If you want to wait for the institution to assign opportunities to you, it may be delayed. Okay, when you reach out to me, I will let you know the cost of registration. For ethical reasons, we don't put it out in the public because this YouTube video can go anywhere. All right, so reach out to us and we will let you know. Okay, everyone, thank you for your time. We are always grateful to Base University for this opportunity, Ministry of Education, NITDA, World Bank, Dominion Blockchain Solution, and the Ideas Project. Also, Jigawa State Government. We are grateful to you all. Our admins, thank you. Our support and technical staff, we appreciate you. Our guest speaker today, Ms. Chioma, thank you very much. And our most important people, all our fellows that have attended class today, thank you. Once again, I'm Mr. Jude Ozegbe, and it has been a pleasure bringing this lecture to you. Hopefully, we'll see next week. Please stay safe. Do not cause any rancor or any imbalance or security issue. If you want to air your concerns in the nation, use the proper communication channels to air it because your life is very important. God bless you and see you next week.